Yes, people, and welcome back to another video on the Bridge YouTube channel where we bring you all things Chelsea. I'm your host with the most, the Bridge Nation, here today, of course, to talk to you about the latest Chelsea transfer news. As always, make sure as you're coming in to like, share, subscribe. Make sure to tell a friend, helps me out and helps the channel out at the end of the day. And it's also useful, man. You spread the love, the sport of Chelsea news far and wide, and you at least get to hear some nice analysis, you know what I mean? Some logical talk, as I like to call it. You know what I mean? But you know what? Listen, firstly, man, I just wanna ignore the noise firstly. Ignore the noise temporarily. I just wanna I wanna get a few things just said. You know what I mean? I am when I talk here, it's like throwing a gauntlet. You know what I mean? When I talk here, you listen. You know why? Because just like Thanos, you can't beat me. You cannot beat me. You know what I mean? I'm an unstoppable force. You know what I mean? I'm an unstoppable force. When I say something's gonna happen, it will happen. Do not ever deny me that, yeah? Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh well. But listen, do not even deny me again. And you know what? Before we even say anything, before we even start the stream, let's give a nice little memento to my boy Sancho. I've got a nice little video for Sancho. Good. Thank you for the memories, big man. Thanks for the memory, Sancho, man. Thanks for the memory, man. But that's my favorite thing, man. Yeah, man. He was looking sensational when he was getting when we linked to him, bro. He was looking sensational. He was looking beautiful. I was thinking, dang, I'm getting someone. But to all my, people who do not value my opinion, some may call them haters. I just call you dickheads. You know what I mean? Hold that middle finger. Hold that middle finger expeditiously. Never disrespect, the Bridge Nation again. Thank you for the PSA. I need to put this on my table real quick. Give me a sec, chat. There we go. But listen, let's get to real hoops now. Let's get to real hoops now, man. Let's get to real hoops, man. But obviously, I am not alone. I've obviously got ourselves a nice little cast of characters to have a nice little discussion on, on the topics today. I can't lie to you, man. Today's news in terms of Chelsea stuff, crazy news, man. Crazy news indeed. Something I can't believe what I read today about a certain position. I actually cannot believe, that we're getting someone in a certain position. It's miraculous, man. It's a miracle. It's a miracle, as they say in Somali. So listen, let's bring on the guys. I don't know why Osimhen is wearing sunglasses, so he's gonna go last. But big up to my first host, Scott. How you doing, Scott, man? How you feeling?
I'm not too bad, bro.
That's good to hear, man.
Man said I'm not letting anyone with sunglasses, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why we're wearing sunglasses. Like, what's going on? You know what I mean? It's not even like sunny. Big up to you, Jerry. How you feeling, bro? How you feeling?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Not too bad. And our final guest is RSM. Why are you wearing sunglasses, RSM?
Bro, because it's big news. We're in the big time now, bro. We're in the big time now, man. We're finally making good moves. I can't celebrate. I can't be happy.
I'm
Celebration police over here, man.
I usually wear sunglasses when the sun is hot, but maybe this is me. But
yeah, bro, the transfer market heating up. What can I say? You feel me?
Fair enough. But listen,
the transfer market heating up.
I want to celebrate, man. I want to celebrate fast.
We need to celebrate. We need to celebrate, bro. We need to celebrate right here, bro.
Yeah, but I'm gonna celebrate,
man.
I'm gonna celebrate my way, the Bridge Nation way. Let's start with the big one because obviously this came from David Ornstein himself, and that is on Mr. Sancho Lini.
This man said, "Let's start with the big news of the day," and told me Sancho. Like,
that's big news to me.
Can we just admit that he's a fraud, please? Like, consensus.
This is the big one, obviously exclusive. Jadon Sancho leaving Chelsea when contract ends June 30th.
Bro, nobody cares, man. Get to the news.
Over personal terms for loan to turn permanent. CSC will pay 5 million.
Bro, we talked about this shit.
Nobody cares, man. Low viewer retention. Get it pushing. We know what we're here for, man.
Yeah, but listen,
get to the real hoops. Get to the real hoops, man.
All right, Ahmed, you're right. Jadon Sancho's leaving. Congratulations.
I'm just gonna go slow and steady wins the race, but
yeah, no, here we go. Hold up, Joey. This is what he needs. Here we go. There, you happy, Ahmed? You got it right.
I can't believe it. Me and Danish got something in common for once, bro.
We're sitting here clapping for Thanos, but fuck out of here. Let's go. Let's move on.
Let's move on. Come on, get to the. Come on, man. We need to talk.
Yeah,
boys, we need to talk.
The chat's even giving you a round of applause. All right, you got it right. Let's move.
Sheets will talk Sancho on loan in generations to come. All right, let's actually get to the
real news. Fall in love with a loan player.
Let's get to the big news, all right? And we know why we're really here. We know why we're really here today. I'm gonna need to speed down a little bit. My apologies because Fabrizio is a fucking tweet merchant. Let's just put it like that. Let's start with this one. So the big one, obviously,
every hour, first 2 days
this,
in the window, every hour.
Listen, we went from exclusive. Chelsea approached AC Milan to sign Maignan as new goalkeeper. Maignan has still not signed a new contract at the club, and Chelsea are now aware of the situation. He has always been high on the list with clubs in talks. Decision up to Mike, and then obviously we then get a bit more further news as to why this is happening. More on Maignan and Chelsea exclusive story. Understand contacts have started also with Enzo Maresca appreciating the French goalkeeper as ideal option for his tactical approach. Chelsea are on it, and the manager has approved Maignan as a key target. Now let's actually go back to pies quickly. Flipping it. Okay, so let's go. Obviously, Chelsea have also inquired about James Trafford as well as Maignan. That was something that he also reported about. You didn't know that was Scott?
No, that was Jacob Steinberg.
Oh, Jacob Steinberg. Obviously, that was 10 hours ago. I'm going through history right now. But Petrovic is believed to have a release clause in his new deal, allowing him to leave. Mike Pence is actually viewed as a Premier League ready already, despite being 19. However, due to his age, he could still be let out, right? So we then obviously get Nizar Kinsella of the BBC now. Marc Maignan is interested in joining Chelsea. We then get Enzo Maresca has approved. We don't care. This is from Alfredo Pereira. Chelsea will soon make a proposal for Maignan. The team have identified Milinkovic-Savic. I believe that's of Torino, correct? Is he not at Torino? As the replacement. It's the bold guy, the big beard. There we go.
He's the older brother of the midfielder.
Yep. Enzo Maresca believed Chelsea need a goalkeeper with a different level of distribution from last season. And Maignan is seen as a perfect option playing from the back in build-up. Chelsea are speaking to Milan and the player. And then we then go on. I don't want to read that stuff. We don't need that. AC Milan have been watching Petrovic for over 1 year as well. Allegedly, Jacobs Ben has just said Chelsea have had positive talks with Mike Maignan and expected to place an offer. AC Milan could be forced to sell for 20 million to 25 million, maybe with some add-ons, right? And then obviously we then get the news from, I think it was Demar. Before I get to this one, Chelsea are expected to put in an offer soon for Maignan, even in the next few hours. The deal could accelerate in the next few hours. I would give it 60% chance of happening. And then he elaborates on the 60% chance, more on the 60% chance. This is based on the deal that I broke today, which is quite high. So again, I'm assuming he was probably meaning the 60% in terms of it happening within the day. AC Milan asked for 25 million to sell Mike Maignan, which is 30 million in euros. All right. How are we feeling about this, boys and girls? What the flip? Is my thingy just like broken or something? What's going on? Bang bang. What? Yeah, I think my thing's. My thing's broke.
It's not some issues up here.
Maybe StreamYard, bro.
Let me reload. I'm gonna really search StreamYard. I'm gonna be coming in and out. Okay, 1 second.
Pause.
Don't close it. Don't close it.
No, it's crazy.
But yeah, Danish apparently is 25 mil. And I'm not surprised, bro. They're selling Hernandez for 25 mil as well.
Dude, 25 million euros is an absolute steal, bro. Like, we're actually robbing them, by the way.
We are, but bro, this is what happens when you deal with a club.
Here we go.
Bro, they're
here, Ahmed, I don't know if you want to. Maybe you could do this. Maybe this will work. I don't know.
No, it's good. We don't need that anyway because
Okay,
we already spoke about the news. Yeah. I'm gonna start obviously, and I'll be honest with you. I can't lie to you. 25 million is what you bought Sanchez for, and for the fact you can get 25 million for Mike Maignan is actually outrageous, bro. It's actually genuinely outrageous. It's outrageous, bro. I hope this deal gets completed tomorrow because we need it to get completed tomorrow because this is, I can't lie to you, man. The upgrade you're getting in the goalkeeping department is generational, bro.
It's a good point. It is only 1 year left on the contract, but I get it.
Yeah, but listen, even if it's 1 year left for 20 to 25 million, it's still a great deal, bro. So I don't care what anyone tells me, bro, but I like the deal. I like the player. Obviously, I think if I was to be a little bit objective, this season he did have 1 or 2 Onana moments, if I'm going to be a little bit fair to him, if you know what I mean. But generally speaking, he's a competent, good goalkeeper who's able to lead the line not lead the line, but like obviously control his line quite well. Obviously this season Tamori has been trash. A lot of other centre backs have been really poor. So again, I think for me that if I'm gonna give him some levity, that would be fine. But listen, this guy's quality, knows what he can do. He's done it in both league and he's done it in this league, which I think is a big thing. You know what I mean? Listen, a winner too. So listen, that's a big thing to me. And listen, EPL Tavi ain't going to Saudi, bro. He's going to AC Milan. So shut up. All the haters are telling
Saudi,
me.
but it's the same price.
No, Atletico, mate. He's going to Atletico Madrid, mate. I'm telling you right now. Bro.
No, he's not. He's going to Saudi.
He's going to Saudi.
He's going to Atletico. When he goes to Atletico, Bridge Nation will be here no matter what. But listen, and last from that, I want to hear your thoughts. Let me start with you, RSM, because you seem very happy about this.
Bro, okay, let's be honest, by the way. This came out of left field, right? I think we were all there 2 days ago in the streams crashing up about Gins. Were we all not? We were saying, what was the point of getting UCL football? What was the point, like, if the links we have are going to be this? We were, and one of the biggest conversations that we were having is, where's the experience? Right? What are we gonna do? We're going into the UCL, right? And we want a lot more of experience. And this is the exact, like, a lot of people get pissed at the idea of like a market opportunity. This is the best, this is the exact ideal. Like, if there was a definition, you looked in the dictionary, this would be the example, right? Milan, do not get UCL football because we got UCL football. We're not able to get this across the line. I guarantee you, if we do not have UCL football, we don't get the signing across the line. It's that simple. And because Maignan, we're already interested in it, et cetera, like before, by the way, I was already happy about this before we even learned the price. Because I think we learned the price maybe like 2-3 hours ago, right? But in the morning when the news broke, we just knew that we were interested and that we were in. And I was already very, very excited. I'm impressed. I mean, this is the exact signing that we've been crying out for. There is a difference that people understand. Like, Maignan, he's a leader, bro. He's going to be yelling at people in the background. He's going to be holding people accountable, and he's also capable. And we saw it in the UCL this time around. And always, if you're going to be in the UCL, you need a keeper who is able to produce big moments. He is one of the keepers that can produce big moments. We know that for a fact, right? That's just going straight into the UCL, is giving us that experience, is calming down the backline, is making our defense, which is already the 3rd best defense in the league, a million times better. We are going to look a lot more serious defensively now. Not only that, you look at his long pass completion. How many times are we on the watch long losing our mind because Sanchez goes long and now we're giving up possession and just inviting unnecessary pressure? He's going to be able to do that to a T. He is an excellent keeper. And then we start talking about the price. Bro, I don't care if it's 25 million euros or 30. Say yes. I'm telling you right now, as soon as other teams have now learned the price, 25 million euros for a keeper of his status, basically in their prime at 29, bro, we need to move quick. I need to here we go immediately, expeditiously, bro. Like, I need us to move now. This is one of the best signings that we have made in a long time. Because this is exactly what the team needed in the exact moment that we needed it. Going into the UCL, we have a goalkeeper who can perform, bro. And TK, you're saying I prefer to not have a goalkeeper that doesn't produce big moments?
I'm surprised we are the only club in for him. If you look at a lot of the top clubs, though, a lot of them have their GKs.
There's not a lot of clubs that need a goalkeeper, to be honest.
No. But no, I think they don't need a goalkeeper. But for 25 million euros, 25 million euros is a very accessible price for a lot of teams around Europe, bro.
I also disagree. I think there are a bunch of top clubs that do need a goalkeeper. I don't understand why they're not going for him. Like I don't genuinely. It's the same.
Move quick. Move quick.
It's similar. Obviously, I think it's slightly different, but I think it's similar to the Gyökeres thing in a sense of like there are plenty of clubs that need a goal. Like with the Gyökeres thing, I think there's plenty of clubs who need a striker who should go for him that should not because of stupid reasons. But I think even though the price is different for Maignan, I think it's like, bro, I don't understand. Like Villa, bro, you're about to get rid of Martinez. I don't know why Villa aren't
Champions League. They can't.
That's cool, but I'm saying like, what I'm saying is we're the only team that's been linked with him so far.
Yeah, I didn't know Joao was on our.
You know, do you know what's funny though? I think the reason why I think for me that we're linked, that we're able to get this, I think this deal a bit more done or get further along than others. Apparently, I only just found out that apparently our owners, our owners, the owner of AC and the owner of Chelsea, like I think Bali and the other guy know each other quite well. Apparently, they're good friends.
Yeah, they do. They were on that panel together, bro. Bro. That I'm not surprised that like maybe I'm surprised.
You know, Scott,
that owner of Milan's a fucking idiot. He doesn't know what he's doing.
I kind of want to put something into perspective for Ahmed's little theory now, because I've been thinking about it a lot ever since this whole Theo Hernandez and Mike Maignan situation kind of came to a rise. Do we need two wingers?
Yes. If we get rid of Noni, yes. And if we get rid of George.
I think that's very, very plausible that happens then.
That's massively plausible, bro.
Like,
it's massively plausible.
I don't know if you guys heard.
Just think about it this way, right? Say we were to get 50 for Nani. Let's just say 50 is probably like a rough average of what we would probably get for him. Let's say 50, we get 50 for Nani from let's say Newcastle, since the Emblemo deal's falling apart for them.
Yes, that was a report.
If we probably give him 60 or 70, between 65 plus some add-ons for Leao. That's probably what the number would be. Because what are they getting for Reinders right now?
I think it's 70 or 80.
It's a decent chunk of change.
Yeah, to be fair, only one they get money for. Like they're selling Hernandez for 20. Hernandez for 25. Maignan potentially for 25. Who else is leaving that club?
Mm-hmm.
I actually don't know who else is leaving. I think Kier's contract's up.
Bro, they're just gonna build around bullshit.
Milan.
The American.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, Reinders. Yeah, they have Loftus Cheek. I don't think it's going anywhere. Tomorrow's not going anywhere. Yeah, Maignan, Reinders, and basically the people who are leaving.
Bought by Tottenham.
Maybe, but it looks like the people who are leaving are definitely the most like easily sellable prospects.
They're trying to do a rebuild now, so like
they're trying to build they're trying to
they're selling their best prospects. Yeah, that they have.
So So for
If
me,
they
listen,
do, they'll probably go young, bro. They'll probably go
They will
around.
go young.
They'll probably
Yeah.
go around Italy and buy young players around. I could give you.
No, they won't.
And you know what it is though? You know, to add more credibility to that theory as well,
They're
bro.
trying
Like,
to get Samuel
if-
Ricci.
this is another point, by the way. If Milan is
trying to
getting
get,
picked apart like
like,
this,
yo, Petrovic is like what another young keeper. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like, they're trying to get younger, bro. Like
Mhm.
that's,
And yeah, and-
that's the name of the game in football right now. People
and
are trying to
Petrovic
get
and
younger.
Petrovic got a release clause, bro. Remember that.
This
Don't
is
forget
what
that
I've
now,
been trying
people.
to tell you guys, bro. This is what I've been trying to tell people, though, bro, is that this whole situation, football in this current moment is a changed sport compared to where it was 3 to 4 years
Yeah,
ago.
of course, man.
It's a changed sport. To be honest, like I've told many people in my chat, sports in general have changed in the last 3 to 4 years. People are more analytical now. People want younger options to be able to bring them up as a unit. That's the idea behind sports nowadays. Is you're supposed to bring your core through it together as a unit to be able to allow them to win. And they have to be able to get experience as a unit together. Like you could chop and change pieces here and there, but as a core, you need them to stick together. And this is what all sports is. If you look across all sports, I could go.
The thing is, like, you're not.
No, wait. RSM, just give me a second. Hockey right now. Edmonton has had that core of their core team in its entirety. Basketball, Oklahoma City's core stayed together for its entirety, and they've drafted them all. What football? Liverpool, their core has been together the longest out of anybody else. Do you see where sports is changing? Like you have to get with the times, or you'll get left behind. This is plain and simple. Look at what PSG did. 2 years, they put the core together of 2 years, and they just kept adding talent on top of it.
The reason why teams also started doing that as well is because of the fact that if you invest young and it hits, boom, you bought them before they blew up. And if it's a bit of a bust, you can still sell them on without a massive loss. It's Moneyball, bro.
Oh, the game's gone, isn't it? The game's gone.
The game's gone. The game's gone.
The game's gone. Game's gone. Where is it?
Where is it?
It's gone. Game's gone.
Game's gone.
it's gone, lads.
It's Moneyball, man. It's Moneyball.
Yeah, listen, HA, we are going to discuss this later.
Jason Rice. Outside of who's it was pretty much Neuer and Kane. That team was average age of 25, 26.
To be fair, you could probably name the Bayern side, the early Bayern side, although they had Robin and Ribéry at the time. If you look at the rest of the squad,
It's not even Moneyball, bro. It's like
they weren't
just
young.
acquiring young assets. Moneyball is taking to understand what you guys. You want to know what Moneyball is penny pinching and using numbers to be able to buy through penny pinching. Like that's what Moneyball is. It's actually penny pinching. Like it is nothing to do. It's crunching the numbers and penny pinching through it. Like that's what Moneyball is. It's nothing to do.
It's so good, bro.
Building young is the new in to win championships.
So basically, essentially, man. Oh, I was gonna say something. You know what? I'm gonna control myself today. But listen, at the end of the day, when it comes to Mike Maignan, quality player, I'm very happy about. You know, very positive direction that I like it. And listen, one thing I will criticize the ownership on, is that I've always said is that I feel like with them, they don't take advantage of their opportunities. In this case, I do think they've taken advantage of what they like to call a market opportunity, right? Guy that's got less than 1 year, that's got 1 year left on his deal, that's worth 25 million, that is one of the best in his position right now, if we're being honest, right? So they've actually done something finally that they said they would do. So you know what? I can't hate them on that. I can't hate them on that. So listen, let me just show you quickly before we move on to him, before we move off of my good friend Mike Maignan. Just here's him statistically as a goalkeeper. Obviously, as you know, he's French. He's 29 years old. Damn, I'm only 3 years younger than this guy. Oh, so he's gonna turn 30 soon. So sorry, man, I'm safe. 4 years now. All right, that's it. But let me just bring him up real quick. Bear me for a moment, chat. But what is going on with my things today? There, land. All right, so obviously he's got this in Serie A. He's got 70.6% save percentage. I think goals allowed per night is only 1.12, which is actually kind of decent, bro. He's only allowing like at least 1 goal per game. Obviously, and again, this is in a side, by the way, where the centre backs are basically trash.
Terrible.
Trash. And the fact he's only got a 1.12
be honest, and
crazy.
this is not to like kill your guy, but Tio Hernandez was fucking awful this year. Like he was god awful, and they haven't had a right back for like a decade. So like,
I mean, they also have Pikai Tomorida. You know what I mean? Less said about him, the better.
Well, we already spoke about the center back.
Like I said, they're a comically badly run football club, and so it's the same reason. It's the same reason why, like, when people talk about some of these players and they don't like they've had a shit season. Yeah, that team is just comically bad. Like that team is just a mess.
This
Big
is why
up to my boy with Devils United.
This is why you don't let a footballer run your football club as a sporting director like they did with.
No, I'll be real. This is why, like, because the reason he's in charge is because these owners came in and were stupid. Like the owners they've got are a joke. Like they're embarrassing. Like you have smart people making smart decisions, which they decided not to do, and then they're in this position. But yeah, like just because like that team is a mess doesn't mean that you have to then turn your nose up at like poor players. Like
I do think
for example, there are great players that play for that United team.
I think they did bring in the sporting director though. Like
this summer they have. Summer they have, but they've already fucked it. Like they've got to hope that they can rebuild that. He can do wonders and rebuild that team.
They'll be able to rebuild, bro. There's so much young talent in Italy that you can actually go and get, bro.
Actually, I have no idea.
Still there as well.
That's me to do it.
You could raid half of fucking Udinese, bro. They just sold their team.
Yeah, Udinese. You got Bologna they can raid. You got Bologna to raid there. Bologna's there. Florentina's got a few good players there. I'll be honest.
Yeah, listen, like at the end of the day, Milan is still a big Italian team, so they'll be able to pick from the smaller Italian teams. Like they'll be fine eventually. Like in the long arm of history, Milan's gonna recover.
Yeah, of course they always do because the name never dies.
The name never.
Location, really the location.
Also that,
and now that fucking Inter's in this whole fucking scandal.
Yeah, apparently, yep.
You know, like Milan
the league gets blown wide open, bro.
The team in Italy, the team in Milan again, like. That's all that matters to them for right now. Them getting themselves back in the Champions League is really what matters. But them really
is there any way you can compare Maignan to, for example, somebody like Petrovic? Because he'd be the one that like people were going over.
Yeah, I can. I should be able to. I don't think I can do that in BF actually. What's the other one that you used to use, mate?
Data MB.
MB, right?
Yeah.
MB, yeah.
All right.
Let's see. I'm just interested.
Let's just
just click players.
Players are shut up, man. All right, goalkeepers, and then MAIG this season, and then you want me to compare Petrovic this season,
Petrovic
right?
had like the best season though.
Yep. So obviously, if you just look at this, obviously the defensive actions, he's got higher defense. Magnan's got better defensive actions than Petrovic, which probably makes sense again if you consider the team that he's in and everything like that. In terms of aerials, I'm not sure what the aerial is meant to be. Maybe you guys can explain that to me.
Winning crosses basically.
Or winning crosses, Magnan's slightly lower.
But that's a huge stat because if he's not a keeper that comes out,
exactly.
If the manager doesn't have him as a technical standpoint, come out for crosses, like you're not going to get the same.
It's also a thing where when you're in a bigger team, you technically face less shots because a lot of teams play low blocks against you as well.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So if you just look, one thing I wanted to just look at, if you just look at the passing, well, obviously, I think again with Petrovic, we need to understand his league firstly, which I'm going to give him a little bit of levity on. But secondly, also,
look at the percentages too, bro.
But if you look at Sanchez and
That's
just blood,
oh my god!
wow,
Look,
83.
the long and short percentages
the
are literally
long
right next to each other. Oh
and
my god,
short is actually kind of
that's disgusting. That's like worst in the.
The fact that I mean,
That's like worst in the world. He's like bottom 5% in the top 5 leagues.
yeah,
but the percentages is kind
percentile,
of
yeah.
oh sorry, yeah. Wow, that's kind of crazy, bro.
Well, that's
I'll be
trash.
honest.
That's bad. That's awful.
That is really bad, bro.
No
Whoa.
wonder.
Because
Hold
it's
up.
not-
What was the
Look
report
at
that came out too?
That aerial stat. I've never actually looked at it in that manner. I thought it was aerial percentage, but it looks like aerial, like it looks like percentile.
I think the other thing is also to give credit. Magnan's played the most minutes.
And you know what's crazy, by the way? So you look at the
yeah.
Sanchez pass numbers, and one of the things that Fabrizio said in his follow-up tweet was Maresca believes Chelsea need a different goalkeeper with a different level of distribution from last season. And when you look at that Sanchez graph, you can tell exactly why. That's diabolical passing percentages.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like giving Sanchez a lot of credit most of the time, but at the end of the year, like we knew he was just shit at passing, and he was just making saves for us. Like that was pretty much it.
Yeah,
Like we just knew, like that's all we needed. Just make saves, dude. Shut up and make saves. Like.
Yeah, it's mad. It's mad. And speaking of mad, you know, I'm only 9 away from 60 subscribers. So can I get 9 of you, over 113 of you guys in here, 9 of you to subscribe to get me to 860. So helps me on the channel as well. And make sure to keep liking and keep subscribing, please. Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, but like in general, I think for me, that is wow. No, we don't even listen, Danish. You don't need to lose your head here, mate. I'm not losing my head. I'm just looking at this objective and being like,
listen, we got Mike coming in. I'm just laughing now. You know, it's one of those you laugh in retrospect now that you've been through it. You laugh through the pain, bro.
Man. It's just again.
Bro,
we watched it.
We watched it. I would be sitting here at halftime asking Scott, "Yo, Scott, I know you're quick with this. Please go get the fucking numbers for Sanchez's distribution right now."
Yeah,
he'd be on it like, bing, bing, bing. Joey, he was 2 of 18.
One thing I always said, and one thing I always said about
game, bro. Every game, 2 of 18.
You know what? If you guys remember, I think RSM may remember because obviously you and him speak with each other quite a lot more, right? Is that I've always said that if there's one thing, Sanchez can't escape, well, no matter what people say, he may have had a great end to the season. Statistically, he will never escape what's happened to him. Like if you just look at, and of the way that teams look at stuff now, if you just look at him just from a statistical standpoint, he is terrible. You know what I mean? The stats will make him look like he's one of the worst, bro. So that's why for me, I've always maintained that. Oh, big up to you. Okay, this Cowboy. Let's go, you Cowboy. There we go. But you know what I mean? Big up to you. But But listen, at the end of the day, it's just I knew. Yeah, but it is what it is.
Sorry,
but listen, I'm happy that he's gone. Just Sanchez is going to be gone soon, just like another scammer. You know, another scammer's gone out of my club. You know, what I mean, scammers are not winning at Chelsea. We don't scam. Thank you very much. But let's actually talk about why did this look? Madueke? It's looking like he's really going away. Nonsensical, it might be over for my brother Nonsensical, man. The way the club is talking about Nonsensical, man, it really is like.
They see in dollar. They see in dollar signs, bro.
And you know what it is, man? It's not even like it's coming from like a Bandulu source anymore, man. It's coming from like Matt Law now. He's saying Chelsea anticipate interest in Madueke, and whilst not up for sale, we'd listen. How can you say he's not up for sale, but we will listen to offers?
Bro,
you know
it's one of those. You know what it is? No, you know, bro. It's just like it's one of those things where it's like relationship status. It's complicated. Not saying like.
No, thank you. Just to answer your question, A. Solomon. We say no to Leroy. Say no to Leroy, man. That's another. That's another sterling signing.
He could go Spurs. He could go Spurs.
Happened. That's another
he could go Spurs, bro. He could go Spurs.
Or Arsenal. Either one will work for me.
Yeah, either one, bro. Either one. We're good off that. We're good off that.
They say a couple of Esteval comps and Noni is gone. Oh my god, that's actually okay. We don't need to violate him like that, bro. Chill out, bro. But you know.
No, apparently, by the way, apparently Sanchez is on his Instagram is posting save comps. Maignan got him shook, bro.
No way.
No way. He's like.
That's what I got told in my chat, bro. That's what I got told in my chat.
Nah, it's not possible. But listen, I don't even follow him on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Me neither. I'm gonna find him though.
He don't deserve my follow. But but I don't. You know what I mean? But Madueke though, interestingly, if you just speak about him from my objective standpoint, right? He's looking like his time is over. And the reason why I want to speak on Madueke is because of obviously Sancho now confirmed
He
to
did
not be
post a
coming to
save
the club. Sancho confirmed to not be is confirmed to now left the club, and also the breaking news from Fabrizio that we're trying to agree a deal of 30 million plus add-ons for Mr. Bino Gittins as well. Let me just bring him up too. The negotiations that go well for Jamie Gittins. Our first bid is expected soon, more than 30 million of a little bonuses to try and reach an agreement with Dortmund, and that's for Jamie Gittins. So clearly, the club, is trying to get Jamie Gittins of around about 30 million plus add-ons. You look at
That's Sancho money, bro. That's Sancho money.
You then look at, of course, Mr. Who am I thinking about? Maignan for 25 million, and then obviously you got Liam Delap now for 30 million. That's 80 million in total right now that he probably spent right on just 3 players.
90,
And right, and then I just look at that. I'm like, again, you want a left winger, a good left winger. You're obviously still you're kind of advancing as well for Ekitike as well at the same time, right? So the club is clearly trying to spend money to try to bring in someone that they feel is going to be quite important to them on doing. So how are you just feeling about that Gittins deal? Firstly, like the price range. I'll be honest, I'm very content to get him at that price.
I'm okay with it. I just want to make sure that if that's the case, we're getting someone else.
I would assume you would get someone else because I know HA spoiled the party, but apparently this came from Alex Goldberg today. Apparently, on his
If this happens, that means that Neto's going to the left-hand side.
That's what I'm saying. So it seems that anyway, some level of a top winger is trying to be brought to the club, essentially.
Yep.
So
I mean, the Gittins price tells you that. The Gittins price tells you that. Yeah.
The Gittins price obviously tells us that. So for me,
yo, kudos, son. Kudos, don't get me twisted, son.
Yeah. So for me, I
Yo,
would have been hot.
You know what? Now that I think about it, I also think that West Ham might not even be a bad spot for Nico Jackson.
As I said before, man. As I said before, listen, his time is up, bro.
The thing is, what it'd be Kudus, Neto, Delap.
Yeah.
We've been linked with a few people, to be fair. Like, we've been linked with Kudus. I saw another link today with Xavi Simons, which I don't think happens.
No.
I don't see that happening.
Just because of how much it costs. But no, we've been linked with a few people.
I wonder what they would want for Kudus, bro.
But my thing with Kudus is this. My thing is Kudus with this, though. Do you think that the winger that we're looking for, do you think they come in before the Club World Cup? Because low-key, I could still see them waiting to see what happens after the Club World Cup.
I think
that's why Gittins makes sense now.
Exactly. I think that's what I'm saying. I think the second
Gittins
winger we're waiting until after the Club World Cup.
Like I put Rob Journalism said this thing earlier when we signed Delap, right? He was like Delap is our Lavia, and there's still a Caicedo to come. And I wonder if it's the same for both these positions, like for striker and for the left hand side.
I think the way I look at it as well is I think if you get Gittins in, as much as I don't like this, I think at least then you can go into the season with at least a winger that you could start on the left wing. And then it's a case of the other one you can just wait and like if you sell Noni.
Do you really think that they'll want 80 million for Kudus after the season he had?
Yeah, probably.
How long has he got left? That's the question. You need to find out. I think for me, I actually think 50 million for him would probably.
I was going to say I could see anything from I think slightly higher than 50 because I think they pay
60. I was thinking somewhere 65,
anything from 60 to 80.
Because he's barely played the season, hasn't he? If I'm not
mistaken. He played a bunch. He just played all on the left.
Yeah, he's played all on left. He's been terrible all year.
Kudus has 4 years remaining on his contract, bro.
Yeah, that's I think he only signed like 2 years ago. Like,
and the thing is, hold up, he has a release clause. 85 million pounds, bro.
That gets waived after a certain amount of time.
Also, I'm not paying 85 million for Kudus.
Like,
no, 100%.
There's no way I'm paying 85 million.
No shot, bro. Zero chance. Nope.
But yeah,
I think we wait until after the Club World Cup. Because listen, bro, Rodrigo, he's good, bro.
You don't need to rush it because, like I said, I think this is a case of we only go for this one and we only have this one in the pipeline if Noni gets sold.
Sorry, bro.
If Noni don't get sold, then there's no point getting another winger. But you don't have space. You just don't have space for another winger.
for me, EPL tab. I'm gonna ask you a question just in a little bit quick, but I think for me, if they're looking at guys like Kudus, it's clear to me they're clearly looking for like a top winger on either side. Basically, that's what it looks like to me, right? Whichever one is gonna be, I don't think they've kind of like they haven't picked the main guy they want to go for whoever's gonna be on the wing yet, but they're clearly targeting someone to be that number one guy, if that makes sense. So. And also EPL time. I don't think Noni's a flop. Anyone that tells you Noni's a flop is lying to you, bro.
Ronnie's
If a
not
guy
flop. He's
leaves,
signed for 30 million, bro.
Yeah,
If you think
there's
he's
no
a
way
flop,
he's a
yeah,
flop.
no
bro.
way he's a flop, bro. No way. Like
There's no way he's a flop at 35
anyone
million.
yeah,
I
that
just
tells
don't
you
like
Noni's
the
a flop is
style of
idiot.
player he is. That's the only
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah. Like
There's
I
a
promise
difference
you,
between him being a flop
I
and
promise
me
you right
not
now,
liking him.
I promise you right now, EPL Tafia, anyone that calls Noni a flop is a twat. I'll be honest with you, bro, with all due respect. Because for the price he brought him for, which is 29.7 million, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, and then the price he's selling him at, he has clearly improved. It's just that he's just not Chelsea level. That's just the best way to put it. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
And Oscar Bob's coming off of a freaking catastrophic injury for a year. We're gonna have to wait on that.
He's literally an entire season from injury. No, thank you.
All right, one second, guys. I'm just gonna
I
do my
wouldn't
job,
go.
yeah.
I mean, like if I'm speaking about like wingers, it's like Liao. It would probably end up being Liao, Kudus, and Gordon would really be the three that we could probably go for at the level that we're talking about.
Yes, fair.
I don't even think can we think of anybody else?
Say again, Leao, Kudus, and who?
Gordon. I wouldn't consider Rogers a winger.
See, I would, but I like that's a moot point.
Yeah. We can consider Rogers in that too.
But I think Rogers is gonna. The thing again with somebody like Rogers
Trying to
and
think of
even with
other
Kudus, those are gonna be signings after the Club World Cup because we're gonna see how the market goes for Aston Villa. Because they're gonna if they offload Rogers, it's because they're gonna need us to do that for them, PSR wise.
Yep.
We're in a good spot, guys. We're in actually a good spot. So I'm gonna write these down for my show later. Not this one. I'm gonna do one tomorrow.
Yep.
Rodrigo, which could be after the Club World Cup. We have Liao, which I'm not like the biggest fan of, but I hear people's point, and I hear like the Mendes, and I hear like all of that part of it.
Yep, and we got the other. If we do get him for 1 year, then the next year after we got the young G coming in, Quenda, the left winger.
Yeah. I think that would be. I think Neto's on a year before he probably is getting sold too. At this point, he probably has this year.
Neto got 1 year left for sure, bro.
I mean, that's
the way Clear Lake moves is you got 2 years pretty much.
Yeah, you got 2 years. You got 2 years to show what you got, if that's the case. So we're all right. So let me. So I said Gordon.
Gordon would be probably what? How much would we be looking for Gordon? 80 million probably?
Yeah, they're going to want 70 to 80.
Yeah, minimum.
But once again, I'm just talking about like wingers that would be at the level that we could potentially get, like that are available technically available, and that we've heard pricing and we've heard like connections and stuff. So I have Rodrigo, Liao, Rogers.
I'd put Kudus in there.
Yeah, I'm gonna do Kudus next. Anybody else? Anybody can think of? I guess
there are guys I like, but there's no one that I would put in the same bracket.
I just don't think Xavi Simons is a very good winger.
I hear it. No, he's not.
I had with Rogers, where I just don't think he's a very good winger.
Exactly. Yep.
Yes, that's Raj. I want you to know, man. Yes, I do cocaine, man.
I think okay,
bro.
I think with Xavi Simons, it's one of those things where it's like people are bringing up old links that we had. I think Xavi Simons is such an old link.
Available.
No, he's not.
I don't believe Barcolo's
The thing
available.
is, they just won the UCL. Legitimately, I think he's happy where he is, bro. He's young. He's willing to stay at that team.
Yeah, I mean, he just got there. What, last year or maybe a year a little bit over a year ago? Maybe he's 2 years now.
Yeah, that's.
Plus, it depends on playtime at the end of the day, because like even though he was the backup after Kvaratskhelia got there, he still got a lot of game time anyway on the bench. So it wasn't like he suddenly became like persona non grata and just wasn't playing.
Yeah, they
learned.
Yep. I hear it.
Clipped
Right.
and shipped. All right, buddy. Whatever. But listen, Listen, at the end of the day, I think whoever it will be, more.
Yeah, we can move on from the after about.
I really do think. Yeah, you'll probably find more information. As I always say, tomorrow, man. You know what I mean? You always find more information tomorrow. This is the way this club works, man. You always find something crazy out the next day. And again, as I said before, the transfer market is you got the time is ticking now. So wherever you want to get, you got to start moving as fast as lightning, as I say. So it's going to be interesting to see how they do that, how they make that happen. One guy I want to talk about, I can't believe he came back on my radar for some reason. Was Armando Broja. I was like, what? Why did I see Armando Broja news at this football club? Like, what happened?
He's still here, brother. That's why. He's
I was like,
still fucking
Yeah.
here.
There you go.
right. And I can't believe there's still clubs interested. This level of club is still interested in him. But Armando Broja wants to
Bro,
leave
he's still
Chelsea
pretty young. I
permanently,
think he's only
and
23.
they still have been talks of AC Milan, Leipzig, Ajax, and PSV Eindhoven. So
If he's smart,
and
if
then
we're,
there
if
was
we're, just looking at, if we're, I'm gonna be honest. If we're looking at these links, if he's smart, he goes Leipzig. He does not go to Milan. That's a mess of a club. They've got 45 strikers. He doesn't go PSV. They've already got a striker to play. One striker that would play over him week on week. So he doesn't go there.
Who is that,
Ajax-
though?
Pepe. I don't know how long
Oh, yeah,
Pepe's
fair
going to be there, but Pepe plays most weeks. And even when he
Yes.
doesn't play, like
Mhm.
Yeah,
there are some weeks he doesn't play, but he's not really playing there. Ajax, I don't know what they got. Veghorst, I know that, and I don't know who else.
I think they also have what's his-
Robbery. Brian
Robbery.
Robbery.
but they're looking to
Oh, yeah.
move on from robbery, from what I heard.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, like if he's smart, he goes Leipzig because especially if they're going to lose Sesko, which they're going to within a season or two, if you manage to establish yourself as a good, at least a good backup to begin with, maybe. But they also play two strikers as well, and I know they got what's his name, Openda. But like if you can basically take that Sesko spot next to Openda, if they play a front two next season, which they still
and they're
should.
looking to move on from what's it called too, from Paulson.
Yes.
So it looks like they're looking at a couple strikers could come in. That makes
Wow.
sense.
Well, if you're to have a big statement here, Broja will leave or
record?
go. Well, break Sesko's record. I don't know what that. If
Big
any exists.
transfer record, probably.
If any exists, okay, fair enough.
Exist.
If
But yeah, like
any.
this would be the best. Like that would be the best move for him. Ajax potentially as well. The only thing with Ajax, bro, again, like I don't know what's going on over there, so I don't know whether that club is a stable club because that's what he needs next. With his injury issues, with how up and down his career has been, basically since it started, like he needs to settle somewhere. He's not going to settle at Milan. That is literally the worst place he could go to right now.
They do not
He
need
needs to wait a year, see if what they're doing before they do
actually
anything.
have a good. I think striker is the one position they're actually good in. Like
Potentially, yeah, but even so, like even if
Sancho's
they're not,
actually a good player, bro. Like
even if they're not, bro, like if I'm a player and I'm looking at that Milan team, I'm waiting a year to see what they do, and if they start to fix things this year, then I'll go there. Because this year they could just do the same bullshit they've been doing the last year or two. In which case, any player going there, it's just suicide unless you're an Italian player in that league. But I'm talking any player from a different league going there, unless you have no other option, you're an idiot. Like respectfully, you're an absolute idiot. So yeah, I think go. You cooked in Holland last time you were there as well. Go Ajax or PSV or Leipzig. Like potentially choose one of those three. I think Leipzig's the best one. But
You know what? I think Ajax is probably a good option now. Obviously, they just lost the league, right? And they've got a new man just coming in. But they move on Robbery, bro. You're the number one guy at that club. You'll get a lot of goals. You'll give you your confidence back. It'll give you that hopefully your juice back too. You're gonna be playing European football. I think they're in the Europa League now again, or like they're in either Europa League or like Champions League again. So they finished I think second or third.
I think it's Europa League. I think
Even better Europa League. Europa League would be even better for him because then he'll play even more football, right? Because they'll usually get to like the last 16 quarters. So
What was the news? What was the news, by the way? I missed it.
Don't worry, man. I said Armando Broja, bro. You know what I mean? I
It's
know
very
you're,
Broja news.
you're definitely not interested in him, don't worry, man. You be good. But one thing that one thing I wanted to talk about was my boy. You know, Excel, the Brit Disasi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big news coming out for him. You know what I mean? I can't believe Newcastle is still interested in this guy. I don't even know how this works. You know what I mean?
Listen, no, Ahmed, hold
Yo,
on.
this-
I might have
yo,
to.
this is what-
Ahmed,
this
I
is
might have
what
to hold my
happens.
hands up, bro.
Al
I might have
Ali.
to hold my hands
This
up.
is what
This might
happens
be
when you
your
don't-
Brick Nation prop. This might be your
Bro,
Brick
this
Nation
is
prop.
what happens when you don't fucking go. When you don't have a sporting director, bro. This is what happens.
Bro, but he
Oh
was
my
linked
God,
to them
you're
in
right.
January as well. He was linked to them in January as well. Which
They had Paul
is
Mitchell there. So what they did is they had Paul Mitchell there, who was part of the. I'm pretty sure it was part of the Monaco project at a point. And then they left. Paul Mitchell left. They have his scouting from those times still left over, and they're just getting the rest of the players that they liked from that list.
Also,
I
just
just had
real
a look,
quick,
by the way.
Joey. Just real quick, Joey. Apparently, on the playback, I don't know. Obviously, like this is all green and salt, but Goldberg said that we aren't too far off on the fee for Ekitike right now.
I've been telling you guys that for a week.
I told you that's gonna happen. I told you though.
We're
I
like
told
we're
you
almost there.
already.
We're almost there.
But listen, I said it
Give
before,
me-
British
give
The
Nation
thing
me-
is
are
this,
literally-
right?
Hmm.
And here's the thing: what keeps on happening in RSM is the funny thing. Every day, a new player is linked to Frankfurt from Strasbourg.
From
Every
I've seen
day
three.
there's
I've
been
seen
a
three
new-
so far. I've
Bro,
seen three.
Every day there's a new player.
I promise you,
Today was
I hope-
Decore.
if
I'm
this
sure.
free,
I'm sure Diarra will be coming up tomorrow. Like Diarra. will
Diarra is
be-
linked to Chelsea actually, bro. Like we are apparently want to buy Diarra, which we're gonna talk about a little bit actually. It's
Another
like,
midfielder, you know?
We're linked
Jesus
with not
fucking
Diarra.
Christ.
it's
We're-
no,
we're
it
linked
is.
with
It was.
Decore, not Diarra.
Oh, my apologies. Wrong person.
But Frankfurt's linked to Decore too. see?
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough.
So like that, the news. We I feel like as Chelsea fans, we have to cover some Strasbourg news too, because it's relevant to how our football club moves and who we are going to be going after could be connected to the things that Strasbourg sell.
As I said before, Lucas, they're not telling us what's gonna happen. I told you they're gonna steal the two strikers really early on, and then throw Nicola Jackson into that, bro. I told you, bro.
Lucas, you're starting to get it, bro. We've been trying to put this in your head for weeks, bro. We've been trying to. There's gonna be a point where there's no more strikers left.
It's gonna
Okay?
be people gonna choose between you.
Setzko's about to be off the market. Okay, so I'm giving it perspective. Setzko's gonna. Ekitike is like we're taking off the market.
Mm-hmm.
Gyökeres is trying to probably push for a 200+ K move to Manchester United. That's what I expect. The way that they're paying him Buemo and Cunha, that's what I expect. Today we saw Osimhen 2 offers, Galatasaray 15 million a year, and Al Ali 40 million a year.
Exactly.
Who's left?
Oh, by the way, that Disasi Al Ali thing's never happening. By the way, they'd have to sell 4 players.
Yeah. So listen, the Newcastle thing has been long term, man. And again, Santi's very reliable when it comes to it. And listen, Brick Nation, man, you deserve UCL football, bro. You deserve Champions League football. You deserve to be in the big leagues. You deserve to be in the big leagues.
How many loans do they get though, Scott? Do you know? Can they?
I don't know, bro. I don't know how many loans they get, but like, holy shit, they've got 15. Like, they can only afford to have 10. They have 15 international players.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I
Like,
wonder.
like,
I
they've
know
already
Mitrovic
got.
is going to get a loan. Like, I know that for a fact.
Oh, I'm
he's
talking
Al
about
Hilal.
Al Hilal. Yeah, I'm not talking Al Hilal. This is Al Ali, who
This is the different team.
bro,
Al Ahly.
they've already got like Firmino's gone probably. Like, he'd have to go because they've already got Tony and Firmino. Like, one of those two's probably going, and I don't think it'd be Tony. They've got Galeno, who they just bought in January. They've already got Demirel and Ibanez, the centre backs.
Yep.
They've got Mahrez already. They got some dude that they just bought from the Brazilian league again
Bro, you
in
know what
January.
they'll do is they'll just loan them to other fucking Saudi teams. That's
Essentially,
what
well, they're definitely getting rid of one because Gabri Vega's going.
that's what they do. They'll just loan them to another fucking Saudi team, like random ass Saudi team. Make that Saudi team better. Make the league better in that manner. So like all these other clubs will fucking own these players, but they'll just get loaned out to all these other Saudi teams.
They still got.
I can see the vision. I can see the vision.
They've still got
Emanuelo, I see what you're
Oh,
doing, bud. I see what you're doing, Emanuelo, you fucking fraud.
But either way, man.
They still got that St. Maximin as well, by the way. He's out on loan at Fenerbahce. Like, he's going to come back and got to try and get rid of him again.
Yeah.
Bloody hell. Well, listen, you know what? Yeah, I want to talk about. I want to get special PSA, man. Let me get myself full screen for this one. My boy Axel, man. Don't go to Saudi, man. You don't need Saudi. Listen, you can go there next year, the year after, bro. You deserve Champions League football, man. You deserve to hear the sound, man. You know what I mean? He deserves it, man. Rich Nation, the leader in defense. AD Howe will make you a monster, bro. You know what I mean? Go to Newcastle, man. You and Madueke package for 100 million. We eating good, man. You're helping Chelsea. You're helping yourself, man. Let's make it happen, man. Let's make it happen, man. You know what I mean? 60 million for Madueke, 40 million for, Disasi. I can't lie to you, I'm in dreamland. I'm in heaven.
Let's
make it happen, man. Wow. He's hating on his club. He's hating on his club here.
Is he at this club?
He's hating. Listen, do you not hear what I said to you? 40 M for Disasi. We actually break even on Disasi if you sell it for 40 million. You know that, right?
Bro, we're not selling him 40 million unless it's from Saudi. And even then, if Saudi club plays 40 million for him, you're off your head.
Listen, so inshallah that will happen. And then Madueke for 60. Oh my lord.
Yo, inshallah. I've been hearing this whole conversation.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Thank you, man. We scammed that. Let's scam it.
No, hold up. Scott, we're scammers. Say how it is, bro. We are scammers. When we sell to other people, we're scammers, bro. We'll talk.
Let them know if you're they don't remember the Middlesbrough goal, man. When he brought us back into the game, man. That passion. That
when he brought us back.
Well, listen, he's my hero, man. My hero, man. You know, that's my centre back for life, man. Centre back for life, man.
Center back for life.
That's my bro, man. You can hate on him all you want, but I will never hate on him, man. That's my striker for life, man. No. Chelsea biggest gaslight. Oh, you know what, Yusuf? Yeah, Yusuf's a United fan. Hold that, man.
He's not wrong.
Scam me. You never scam me, baby. You know what I mean?
We're the scammers. We're the scammers. We're the scammers. We're the scammers.
You can't scam a scammer. And Scamcho was not going to be scammed onto us, bro.
Oh my
Yusuf, just keep believing that you guys can do better business than us. That's the only thing that I
saw that they're giving Cunha 200k a week, by the way.
They're giving him 250. They're giving him 250 a week.
Who, Cunha?
Cool. No. They're giving. They want Buemo.
Yeah.
They want to give him Buemo 250.
Hey, something's never changed.
So then they have
something's never. No, hold up, Scott. The United poll, 250k a week.
Yeah.
No, to be fair, I do hear the United pool thing because I still think it is there, but like, because you don't need the United pool to pay him 250k a week, brother. Like, he's probably on what,
I don't know if it's 250, but I do believe you're going to try to give him 200. I read yesterday they want to, and Buemo wants to quadruple his wages, and that's why he wants Manchester United, which makes it 190-ish is what it would end up turning into, 180, 190.
Fucking stupid, bro.
So yeah, I don't think it's 250, like I said, but it's still something that's
dumpers. Damn.
And not for nothing, I have this odd opinion about Cunha, but he's always been a guy that likes to be the big fish in the small pond, and at Manchester United. I don't know, bro. I watched him at that. Everybody told me he was gonna be this baller Atletico. I watched him, and he shrunk every time he got the ball at Atletico. So we'll see. Maybe he's grown up. We'll see.
So we'll see, man. You know what I mean? We'll see indeed. But see, listen, someone
they're gonna get Guy Chris, though. I do think they're gonna get Guy Chris. I think I think that this is the whole thing. 200. They're gonna pay everybody in their front line 200 bags a week, and then they're gonna get themselves
that much money.
Also, I was also just a curious thing. By the way, I was because you know how South Americans get, right? Apparently, they finally updated like the national team squads, like market value, transfer market did, and Ecuador just passed Colombia for total market value team.
I'm not surprised,
bro. Brenda, hold up. By the way,
what Chelsea needs, man, right there, lads. We really needed to know that Ecuador passed Colombia, boys. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That was generational news. You know what, bro? Let's give a round of applause, man. Round of applause to RSM for giving me the most nonsensical bit of news today that I've received. What does this have to do with Charles? What does that mean? What? £12 million? Nah, RSM.
Hold up. How about you suck my dick and let me finish? How about that? So let me finish, dickhead. How about that? Yeah? Because Kai.
You just gonna get him heated doing that shit, bro. You just
because Caicedo is now. By the way, Caicedo is up to 90 million pounds. That's why. If you're gonna let me finish, he's up there. He went up in price.
So he dropped price initially, and now he's regaining.
Because no,
market
he was
value.
never worth what we paid for, but he is now even getting closer to exactly what we paid for. You realize that's a bit crazy. That was gonna be my point. Like Caicedo had such a good season, even though he's already highly rated, his price even went up even more on the transfer market. But no, you didn't even let me get there. You didn't even let me get there. You cut me off. He's a dickhead. That's what I'm saying. You're a dickhead. You didn't even let me cut me off.
My apologies.
Like he didn't even let me finish.
I see. EPL turf. I don't like your negativity, son. I don't like your negativity, bro.
You know,
To be fair, to be fair, EPL Turf was happy with Maignan, so like, there's something, bro.
Me and EPL Turf understand one thing in life, man. You know what I mean? That's because our nations aren't that great. You know what I mean? We got to hate on the other ones. That's for sure. So, can I just say, there's one thing I want to talk about as well. Before this, I've still got a few more topics to talk about. This Penders thing. You know what I mean?
That's a joke, by the way.
I don't understand. I'm not understand the logic here. Because I don't know how they can see him as being proven when he's still been playing quite a bit of limited minutes, if I'm not mistaken, at the club that he's at.
No,
I'm not. He's not been playing as some. He's been playing.
no,
he's not been playing
first team since like October, or November, or something like that.
Let me just double check his minutes. Why did I think that? Give me a sec. Let me just check his minutes really quickly. But
Yeah,
I just
him back. Him back. He played quite a few minutes, bro.
He's played 11 games.
Oh, he's only played 11 games. That's what I was saying. Like, okay, then that's fair. That's what I was thinking. It's like I was not, because for me, it just, you know, I just look at it. Listen, I don't think Mike Pender is a bad keeper. I think he's definitely a top talent. I'm not going to be one of those idiots that's gonna like try to do the stupid thing of being like, no, he's not worth or stuff like that. But he's definitely, he seems like a good player. Obviously, he's played 11 games. Goals against, is that I'm assuming that is 8. He's got a 78.1% save percentage. He's got 0.73.
It's pretty good stuff.
So
I would like to see him at Strasbourg personally.
yeah, I just think Magic Mike. Whoa,
That way
yo, you know, Abdi Hasbro, you're my guy in it. But you know, I hope you do realize Magic Mike is also the name of a trilogy of movies. Just want to let you know. Thank you. But if you know, you know. I'm just gonna just put it out there. What are your thoughts on this Pendleton stuff, boys?
He's nowhere near ready to play in the Premier League.
No.
Yeah, I just don't think he is
He
personally.
needs to go to Strasbourg for a year.
Yeah, give him to Strasbourg, literally. I mean, I'm confident. I'm confident now. Yeah, I'm confident in Strasbourg's ability to develop him now. I am.
Yeah.
Like they did develop Petrovic very well, so give him Penders, man.
Yeah, I hear it.
Yeah,
Either that or send him back to Genk for another year.
And the best part is if we have Mike Maignan, we don't have to worry about Penders. We can give him all the time in the world to develop.
Mm-hmm. And then do a Czech fucking Courtois switch.
Pretty much.
Ahmed watched all 3 movies, guaranteed. I did not watch all 3 movies. Fun fact, actually. As you guys know, I love watching movies.
Benny's guaranteed for at least one good fucking zinger.
As many of you guys may know, I'm a big movie fan. That's like my big hobby other than football. And sometimes I go, vast majority of the time, I go to the Leicester City cinema world, and next to it is actually a Magic Mike version of the thing in IRL.
What?
That's why it's next to the actual like Leicester City cinema.
That's crazy.
Yes,
it's actually so random.
No, that's the reason why I know. But
isn't Leicester City far away?
No, Leicester Square, it's in central London.
Square.
West End. Like you know, like how let me show you. You know this meme, like you know, like how this guy always says,
What the fuck you donating £1 at me saying nice stream for? Do you think I'm a fucking charity box? Alright, bro. Just say it normally in the chat. Why are you sending me £1? Like I'm fucking them youths outside Leicester Square. Like I'm some charity box, like I'm your webcam girl. Don't fucking donate £1 to me and say nice stream to man, bro. Are you nuts? Fucking dick.
See, that's the reference. A little reference that I would have.
It's crazy.
Yeah, but let's a little bit of breaking news. Benfica are closing on the signing of Joao Felix.
Yeah,
the signing or the loan?
The reason I don't trust this.
We need to see it. I need to see it to believe it.
Is it record Portugal?
I need
Is it record Portugal?
I was gonna say the reason I don't believe. Hang on, this is a contradicting report to what we heard earlier on today, which is that we want money, they want a loan, we don't want another loan. So unless we've suddenly decided out of the goodness of our heart just to say fuck it, we're going to loan him, or unless they've suddenly decided out of the goodness of their heart they're going to run up the 30 million we want, don't believe it. Until I see him with the shirt, until I see the here we go, I don't believe it.
I don't know what real Rui Costa's thing is, but cash, Rui Costa, cash. Just like you did to us, we doing to you. Cash. You fool. You think this is going to be...
Show me the signed deal paper first. Exactly, man. Let them know. Yeah. Listen, man. What am I signing, big man?
Rui Costa, cash. You better be giving us cash for that shit. I don't want no loans. We're not seeing him next year. You paying for him, and that's it. Stop. You did all this shit.
Don't play me, man.
Now you must pay. You want your golden boy back for the Club World Cup? You must pay. You must.
This is so facts, bro. Why is Ben Jacobs hitting this transfer window all of a sudden? That's actually facts.
You know what Ben Jacobs did? He did his Matt Law. He's in his Matt Law of last year. You know, like how Matt Law re-upped on his sources. That's what he did. He re-upped on his sources.
Because I just saw this funny tweet, and somebody zoomed into Ben Jacobs' profile picture on Twitter and said this window was promised to him 300 years ago. Bro, because he's been right.
Physical confrontation part 2. Yeah, we need physical confrontation, man. Let's make it happen. Yeah, run me my Enzo money, blood. Yeah, okay. How much money do you think we can realistically get from him? You know, that's actually so bad.
30.
I don't even know if that is.
Felix.
30. Probably 30, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't even know if we can get 30 because, bro, his stocks in football are the worst they've ever been.
He's at all-time low, bro.
Yeah, but he's still 25, no? So I think 30 ain't that crazy,
bro.
RSM,
I get you, but like, bro, you've just failed everywhere outside of like a 6-month stint at Barca, brother. Like he doesn't even have Sancho has Sancho's stocks are better. At least he can say I cooked it for Dortmund and got him to a Champions League final.
That's true.
Felix don't have that. Felix has nothing. There's literally nothing.
According to DeMarzio,
Felix had a mid-stint at Chelsea.
According to DeMarzio, Mike already said yes to us. So we just got to meet.
Yes, it's just Milan. It's just club to club.
5 million that we're talking about here now for that.
Bro, just put the money on the table. I don't want other teams starting to sniff around, man.
Inshallah, bro. Inshallah.
Yeah, like the thing is, it's not even a lot. So if even if they go, we don't want to take 25.
The type of negotiations that us in Milan.
My main event is here. Wait. Sorry, I need to do this main event. As you guys know, this is my good mate Will. Will actually is a great guy. He talks a lot about Chelsea news and stuff, and he's actually got a Substack that I want to advertise really quickly because he's my guy, first and foremost. And please make sure to read his stuff because it actually really is probably one of the best stuff that I read about Chelsea and everything like that. Let me just show you his Twitter first, so they can go and see it first and foremost. Big up to my guy. This is Will. Make sure to follow him. This is his thing there too. Does great reports and everything like that. And where is his
man?
Big up to my guy Will, man. Great
go
stuff.
Go up.
It must be at the top somewhere. Have I missed it? No. There we go.
This
is Substack. Obviously,
big up. Listen, Will. You gotta make it big, man. We need the inside scoops, bro. You gotta make it big, bro.
Obviously, this is his latest transfer roundup. That's discussing stuff. He's a really great guy.Ig up to my guy Will, man. Top guy as always, man. So I thought I just
big up, Will. Big up,
big up, Will. Big up, Will.
That's what's up.
We love to see the hustle. We love to see the hustle.
I've seen that name so much around your chat. So now they know that he's doing journalism and stuff. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah. That's big, man. I love it. Love to see it. Yep.
No problem, man. He's also a shit. I've stopped using Jay Uso on WWE 2K25 as well. Just wanted to put that out there. Thank you. You know, he knows why. That's it. In-house joke. But we move. Oh, damn. Ziad Raid. Big up to my boy Ziad, man, for raiding. Much appreciated. As always, man, send the link. I'll send links. Will's link here as well, but for his Substack as well. I'll pin it.
Yo, Ziad Raiders. What does Ziad think of Mike, bro?
He probably said,
he's got to cry now that his boy's not number one anymore. It's a shame.
Listen, Scott. I don't want to say. I don't want to say.
You know what? I just realized, guys, we're getting someone with a hairline. You know what I mean? Now in goal, he's got a proper hairline, bro. No votes.
Bro, didn't we just have Jorgensen in goal as well?
Let's go.
We have Jorgensen in goal. correct.
Jorgensen's balling too, man. Let's be real, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean, well, there's nothing wrong. I didn't say anything wrong about that, did I? There's nothing wrong to say there, man. You know,
Jorgensen, he's not balding, bro.
Jorgensen's balding, man. Yeah, he's balding, man.
Let me see it. Let me see it, bro.
What?
Yeah,
No, he's not, bro.
he's balding in my eyes. He's balding in my eyes. That's it, man.
Yeah, that's because everyone's boarding. That's because you're boarding, bro. You need to like.
I don't bald. Listen, if
This is not. He's not balding. He's actually not balding. Yeah, he's just Somali, bro. You gotta respect.
Listen,
it.
I don't bald,
the,
man.
the hairline, bro. The hairline is what we're talking
Listen,
about.
I just unlock, man.
You don't have to, Habibi. You don't have to fucking attack people's hairlines when your hairline.
Lucas, hold up, Lucas. That's true, bro.
Pulling your
Bald
hairline
Sanchez
back.
was indeed.
Mm.
By
This is-
having your
Sanchez
hair-
went
Listen,
bald
man.
and he did get
You know
a
what
bit
they say,
better.
though, but you know what they say, man. It takes one to know one. So listen, I'm just hating on myself. So it's
Hold
Okay,
up, Somali. Hold up, Somali Flame. I'm not cooking Somalians. I'm just saying, like, you will never mistake a Somalian. That's it. It's just like, you know.
Hey, listen, nah, you're just cooked. G. Jorgensen's got. Okay, fair enough, bro. Listen, but I'm happy for. Listen, at the end of the day, man, I'm happy.
Wait, he rejected Spurs. I must have missed that news.
I'm not surprised.
I mean,
I'm not surprised. I just must have missed the news.
Where was this source? Can you give me the source?
Yeah, I saw it earlier while
Yeah.
scrolling.
Fact, bro. Like, yeah. Yeah, we saw that. We just discussed that as well. But again, we need to see that in reality. We need to see some big guys reporting it because otherwise, man, you know what it is, man. It's just
Give me the
utter
orange
nonsense.
scene, man. Give me the orange scene one.
Exactamundo. Because
Before we
otherwise-
continue, can we talk a little bit about like this? What's going on at Inter?
I don't know what's going on. Like I saw
To
the
be
report.
fair,
but don't know
I
what's going on.
didn't read the article. I didn't
all I
read the
know
article
is
yet.
something. So basically, all I know about it
It's
is
not
that
looking good though.
From 2016 to 2019, they did something in regards to FFP that's illegal, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken.
Correct.
What did they do?
They
Though? Because I
basically-
know wasn't that
It
when
looked-
they were owned by Zhang Sung, or what the fuck they're
Right.
called, Suning.
It looked like there were like was it like shell
Yeah,
companies that
when
were
it was
putting in money
Chinese-
pretty much.
When it was the Chinese that owned them, correct?
Yes.
Right.
It looked like it was shell companies were putting in money to the club.
So
Through the
the
guise of
so they did
sponsorships.
so they did the Man City thing basically. Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah,
Kind
they did
of.
the Man City. Except Man City had a lot more legitimacy because
So
at
I'll
least
put it on
the
screen
money,
real quick so
the
you can
businesses
read it.
that were putting money into Man City, the money was clearly from the same owners, but it was a business. I think the interesting thing was like these were literally like not real businesses, bro.
All right, let me read it for you. Yeah. So breaking Inter Milan are part of the biggest financial scandal in Italian football since Calciopoli. A confidential report revealed nearly 300 million euros in revenue from fictitious agent sponsors 2016 to 2019, allegedly used by bypass
300.
allegedly used to bypass financial fair play. While other clubs were punished for less, the Italian Federation allegedly helped him to avoid sanctions, even amid links to mafia-connected ultras. Whoa, what?
Yusuf, we're already nearly done with the Gittins deal.
Yo,
Deal's nearly done.
that is crazy, bro. By the way, if that is true, you know how crazy that is.
But as I say, I need to read the article, but it's basically what they basically did is they created shell companies, right? That like were companies in name only. They basically produced nothing, but they use these companies on paper to pump money into the club. That's what I'm saying. The city thing is a bit different because the companies were real, just the sponsorships were overinflated.
Exactly. Yeah, the whole fucking Lukaku thing makes me feel like it was some setup shit.
Yep.
Knicks can hold that, man. You know what I mean? They gotta get, but they
Alright,
gotta get
what
What do you
Malone.
mean? The Knicks, hold up.
But
The
you
Knicks,
know
are, the
what?
Knicks are
I'm getting
free.
your coach.
The Knicks
You
are
know
free.
what?
Yeah,
But
the
they're
Knicks are
gonna
free.
get-
I'm getting your
Guess what?
coach. What are you talking about? I'm free.
I'm giving you praise here. 1 second, but they're getting Mike Malone, so they're not. So they're
No shit.
so it's not. So you know, the game's gone.
Yo,
man.
Tibbs Freedom Day. I'm happy for you, Joey. Tibbs Freedom Day, man.
No highlight Tibbs, man. Big up to him too.
I saw this one tweet that was like Tibbs' tactics is just saying damn on the side.
I retweeted that
I
shit.
saw that shit killed me. That bro, I was actually bust out laughing, bro. It's so funny. Damn,
That shit had me crying, bro.
They
I was
really
sitting
did.
at my desk like, yo, I can't believe this right now. I can't believe it.
Mafioso backhanders, what's it called?
What I will say though.
Hold
Go
on,
ahead.
okay. No, I was just reading the comments.
So I
I was
do
gonna say,
wonder,
with
though,
the-
I do wonder, like, what
If Inter get done, the Serie A gets blown wide open in terms of the teams that can compete now for the title.
Yeah, but I think it'll just be Napoli's title to lose.
Napoli
really.
will just get a big gap now. They'll just get a big
Yeah,
gap
it would be
now.
Napoli's title to lose because everybody else is poor as
Yeah,
fuck.
but I'm talking about like in terms of years. Obviously, in the like 2 years, but I'm talking about like in the future too. Because Inter, if they get done for this is not going to be a tiny little slap on the wrist, bro. 300 M's over years is crazy.
The last time anybody did something in Italy like this, they got relegated.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't know if it's just gonna be a small little
But
thing.
here's the thing: I feel like the Bereas and the Bastonis would stay. You know what I'm saying? Like everyone's speaking about Bastoni specifically. Like that boy is born and bred, bro. Like if they went down, I just do not think that he would leave. I think he would work. I think he would play to get them back up. That's the way I see it. That's actually crazy. 7% of the Italians GBT.
Makes sense, to be honest.
Honestly, Lucas, I wouldn't be surprised if it's double that actually, and only 7% is being like spoken about. I'm being serious.
Yeah, he's not wrong, bro.
Either way, man. Whether we like to admit or not, I know I said Inter in trouble after the UCL final, but I didn't know it was this much trouble.
Right. When it rains, it pours, man.
Like you're right.
Rains, it pours.
Looks like you're right after all, Mr.
I mean,
Marshall.
I also like. I don't think Inzaghi could have came back to that team after the way he ended.
No shot.
Yeah.
Like as much as like this whole situation was intact, like happening, like I just don't think he was capable of coming back.
There was no way they were ever gonna support him after that, bro. He was not coaching a single game.
Like the fan base wouldn't have backed him. I don't think.
Mm-hmm. It's part of the game over there. Yeah, it is. It is part of the game over there. But listen, at the end of the day, man, they've got to find a solution. Hopefully, they find a solution. Otherwise, man, you're cooked, big man. You're cooked. You're barbecue chicken. So
this whole thing's interesting. Like, what if it was like the mafia that owned Inter, and then those Chinese were just like the faces of what the mafia was really doing? Like that shit would be crazy. Really interesting. Like that could be really, that's a fucking movie, son. That's a movie, bro. What are we talking about? That's a movie.
That's a movie right there, indeed. And speaking of
that ass, Kun, like Fabregas needs to keep his ass away from there, son. Fabregas, stay in Como. To keep learning your craft over there, bro. No expectation. Don't get so much expectations thrown at you in your second season, my dude. Just stay at Como and keep doing your thing.
Would you buy Rafael Leao? Personally, I wouldn't for a number of reasons. But I know some of my other guys would probably say yes. But anyways, but listen, British Nation, he's been one thing I will say tomorrow in terms of like news you may expect tomorrow. I think probably if the way things are going, I would probably expect the Maignan deal to probably be done, if not like basically like last stages of like getting stuff finished off and stuff like that tomorrow. We haven't heard that much about Ekitike as of recently, so don't be surprised if you start seeing stuff related to Ekitike happening a bit more as well. I don't know about you guys, but so who's the other one that we've been linked with? Gittins, I think we probably put in a bid tomorrow. Who else?
What about Mike?
Here's the news that I was talking about earlier about Strasbourg and like the whole Ekitike link to it. Mm-hmm. So there's a few things happening in the Frankfurt like world. Like there's a lot of things rolling. Like I've been trying to keep track of it all just because I think a lot of it's going to be connected to how they like what they'd be willing to take for Hugo. And they've been moving a lot of players. Like there's been a lot of sales going on, and they want like a revamp of young players as well. Like they're going into the Danish league and pulling a few players from the Danish league. And I've looked at our project at Strasbourg and said like Nanasi is like their number one target for winger. So like that is Bakwa. Like Bakwa is someone that I've spoken about quite a bit. I think this kid has a really high ceiling, like a really, really high ceiling. Mm-hmm. But I think that he'll probably stay. I think that the coach wants him to stay. Like he's one of the coach's favorite players. But Nanasi is like their number one target. and we're looking for like 40+ million for him. So like if we are willing to work with that deal, and then obviously Decore was looking in January to get moved to Wolfsburg. They actually had a deal lined up for 35 million for Wolfsburg to buy him. And Wolfsburg's like, if you guys don't know what Wolfsburg is center back central. Like it's one of the best places in the world to be like actually like found and like developed is Wolfsburg for center backs.
Ooh. Question. Good question. Rich Nation's got a nice little question. Would you take Nanase as a Chelsea left winger?
No, he's not ready yet.
I listen. I just
And
want
he
to
likes to be more inside forward, if anything, not necessarily.
Doesn't
like,
Leo still owe Sport Elizabeth?
That's why. What's his face? Moreira, Diggsy was always out on the wide, out extremely wide because Nasi was tucked in most of the time.
We're gonna probably send 2 left wingers at gas. I agree with you. Probably
we're gonna sell. If we sell Nani, we're definitely buying 2 left wingers.
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, I think regardless, we're getting 2 left wingers though.
No,
I don't think we are. Because then we'll have 5, and it's like
I think
if you get 5, it just limits the amount of minutes.
George was the last one. George would be the last one.
Yeah, I think you can have 5 with George being the last one potentially, but even then, I'd potentially like to see him get a loan anyway because I think you only need 4. And yeah, if we have 5 and keep Noni,
19-year-old the fraud, Yusuf, is the reason why your club is where you are. So I'm not going to speak to you.
Yeah, if we keep Noni at like Esteval will be the 5th choice winger, like he's just not getting as many minutes as we want. So I don't think there's any point. Speaking of Esteval, by the way, I just saw a tweet apparently in training.
Yeah,
him and
Esteval
Santos.
and Santos were indicated as starters.
Correct.
Yep. Ancelotti's found the ballers, man. It's not that hard.
Yeah, so any Ecuadorian,
here's the caveat to that, right? Rafinha is suspended for the next game. So like, and Rodrigo isn't. So like, that's kind of the caveat behind it.
Yeah. Any Ecuadorian like left wingers you need to know about RSM? You got anyone for us that you know?
There's Minda.
Yeah, Minda's decent, but he's younger. He's too young. He's not ready yet.
You got.
I was trying to do a little cheeky troll down, but is what it is.
No.
Yeah, well, Ecuador's fucking midfield and defense is better than the majority of the fucking Copa teams that are out there.
I mean, we're the best defense in South America. I don't care what anybody wants to sell me, but
all like defending but can't score against the game though.
Yeah,
because they got 40-year-old up front, brother.
Yeah.
I know.
Anyway, Ahmed can hate. He will hate, bro. That's just
he will hate. He'll find the way to hate, bro. You just gotta keep it pushing.
Listen, man.
Suck your mom, yeah, I said it, suck your mom. Suck your mother and die.
That's a great Ahmed. That's a great clip, Ahmed. See, sometimes your clips are awful. That one.
That's true. That was good. That was good.
That one is amazing.
Shout out to my guy, man. If you shout out to him, I knew him from his musical.
That is an amazing clip.
Shout out to Kano, man. My guy, man. Big up to him.
Bro, where is that? Like, what is that even on? How did he get away?
It's in the BBC.
Crazy, son.
BBC,
He said, yeah, I said it, suck your mom. Like,
how did he get away with that, bro?
On BBC too, like what?
Yeah.
Yo, come on, bro. There's no way. There's no way, bro. Yo, can you send me the video where that's from? Like, I want to see the context behind that. Like,
yeah, I'll send it to you, man. But listen, you know what, man? This is my other favorite one. This is a stats on, isn't it? Big up to
men and women are just.
This guy's a Chelsea fan.
Men and women are just very different. It's very, very different. So, for example, if you're in a rave, and there's 5 girls that like that one guy, no one can chat to that guy. Because you all like him. They won't allow it. If one person goes, all the other 4 will be like, what's she doing? If there's 5 men after one chick, we'll be like, alright, cool, I'm gonna shoot. One of us.
Yeah,
But
one of
whoever,
us is getting.
everyone's shooting.
Yeah, everybody's
But whoever
shooting.
does it, the rest cut them off.
Yeah.
Everyone's standing over the free
That's
kick.
it. Yeah. That's it. That's it. That's what it is.
I like Dan. Dan's funny.
Big ups, yeah, big up Savage Dan.
Yeah,
I like
big up,
that.
man.
He's funny, yeah.
Hey, listen, we gotta call it. Should we call it a night here? Is there anything I'm missing? I need you guys to help me over.
Any bombas? No bombas?
No, I don't know.
Listen,
I don't think so.
There's not gonna be any bombers now, bro. It'll be in the morning. I promise it'll be in the morning. That's the
Yeah, no,
there's
definitely
stuff to
in
do.
the morning.
But,
Just like the mic one, bro. It dropped in the morning. It'll probably end in the morning.
24 hours.
Probably. Because the news is a day behind anyways, bro.
So tomorrow, there will be a stream tomorrow, but I need to calculate when I'm going to do the stream because there's a state of PlayStation state of play that I have to watch, which is at
It's a
11.
state of play, bro.
Yeah, I'm sorry that I have a life outside.
Yeah,
of
but what do you
Chelsea.
got? No, but what do you got to watch it live though? That's crazy. I just watched it on the replay, man.
Well, it's 10 p.m. to be honest. You know what? We can do 11 p.m. stream actually. It's good. I thought it was at 11 p.m. That's what 11 p.m. CST. I forgot our Central European time. So we good. Yeah. It'll be,
By the way, I
listen,
just had a look that the Fabregas to Inter thing looks like it's probably on.
Oh my god.
Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
Yeah, Fabregas.
I feel like the Interstellar meme, bro. I'm just yelling at him. No.
The other thing is, sorry, Ahmed, but Teo Hernandez is progressing to Al Hilal. You can hold that.
What do we say? Hold that, bro. Cucurella won, man. A real baller won. A real baller won, bro. What can we say?
Real baller won.
Hoes. Just leave them as hoes. I don't understand all this baby mom, girlfriend. No. Leave them how they're meant to be. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Because, look, the other day I must have shouted one of my old hoes. I said, yo, babes, what's going on this tight? What are you on? Do you know what she said? No, babes, I got a boyfriend. I can't see you anymore. What the fuck what do you mean? How? How have you... Ah, man. You're just ruining it. Look at my lips. You're ruining it. Ruining the fun for the next man. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like...
Just cut the clip, bro. It was like 30 seconds unnecessary at the beginning.
Cut clips, bro. He just lets them play.
I was gonna say, I don't know. Like, why don't you cut clips? I don't understand.
Because the thing is, I knew the clip. It's that you're ruining it, but like you made me watch the 30-second preamble, like, bro.
Yeah, you know what it is, man. I don't have the time for that. You know what I mean? I have.
Bro, it takes like 2 seconds, brother. Like,
yeah, see, 2 seconds. Every 2 seconds count. Every 2 seconds count. That's what I say.
Or maybe if you weren't such a dickhead to him, you could ask someone like RSM nicely to do it for you. If you weren't such a dickhead.
I'll just find the clips myself. You know, the origination believes in his game. But you know, listen, my favorite clip, man. We're gonna have to play my favorite clip, man. You know,
fuck me. Is this the one that takes like 4 minutes to play?
No, this is a 30-second clip. You gotta enjoy this clip.
We were in action, and she said in my ear, "Go deeper. Stay with me now." And what hurt me is I was already all the way in. So I had ran out of PP.
You do understand the cameras are rolling? Who you are now.
Yeah, completely different.
It's manufactured.
That's your favorite clip.
He had stupid ass clips.
Why is that his favorite clip?
One clip,
Why is that your
bro.
favorite clip?
One clip that was good. One clip. Everyone, all these, bro. I've seen that camp, bro. You know the
Shout out
same
Stephen
guy.
A, though. And you know what the worst part is, Joey?
Guy pissed on his ankles and said that was the way he healed his ankles after he twisted them. Same guy.
Joey, you know what's crazy?
Bro,
Joey, out of all the you know what's worse?
this
Hold up. Out of all the Stephen A clips that he could have used, he chose that one, bro.
No, it wasn't a Stephen A clip. Yeah, I thought it was that one too of Lucas Coast. I thought that.
Thank God he stopped spamming that one. Thank God, bro.
Bro, I
That
hate
one was...
that clip, bro. He's gonna find it right now and play it.
He probably is. Look at him. You can see in his eyes. He's looking for it.
No, you know what it is though? I'm just gonna say, man, when Tia Hernandez go to Al Hilal, yeah, and I just see RSM laughing in my face.
Look at Sterling. What are you laughing at, you fucking fraud? What is he laughing at? Bro, what is he laughing at?
League Gunner clips never die, though. League Gunner clips never die.
Yeah,
they never die. They're great, bro. Evergreen. It's funny because it was Sterling too, which just kills me.
Yeah, you see, I mean, I don't know if RSM knows, man. I actually hate Sterling with passion, bro. You know what I mean?
I know you do. I know you do.
Nah, Ahmed, play the one clip you started in the beginning, and then let's end it.
All right, let's do it.
Suck your mom, yeah, I said it, suck your mom.